What's up, everybody? It's your boy Toxeyboyo coming at you with a new reaction video to our second Avengers Doomsday trailer. I just want to kind of point something out here. The first trailer dropped 3 weeks ago, and we already have a second trailer with like 1/3 the amount of total viewership, or 1/4 rather, in a couple hours versus a couple of weeks. Because I was like, wasn't San Diego Comic Con like just a little while ago? But I mean, it makes sense that they want to drop something at D23 as well. So I'm hearing that Pedro Pascal is like delivering in this trailer. I'm happy about that because I thought he kind of sleepwalked through his performance in sleepwalked. What's the past tense of sleepwalk? Anyway, I thought he was just kind of like sleepwalking through Fantastic Four First Steps, to be honest. So I'm actually really looking forward to seeing him deliver some passion in his performance this time around. So with all that being said, this technically, I guess, isn't a trailer. It's a special look, but it's almost as long as the original trailer. So let's just see what we got here. Already, I just realized I'm muted. Already, he looks incredible in the throne. One thing I will say is, even though I'm not necessarily convinced that this movie is going to be good, Doom looks great.
Victor was always the smartest guy in every room.
Unless Reed Richards was also in that room, right?
He used to be different.
I do like the green. Like the green for the Marvel logo and everything, like that looks good. It is kind of evocative of Loki as well, which I think is intentional because I'm pretty sure this is all supposed to tie back into the TVA and everything. So
He used to be kind. He used to be caring.
Victor Von Doom, kind, caring. All right, if you say so. Also, Mother Vanessa. Oh my God.
And then
Hey, Steve. Captain Shirt Pants. Everything he loved was taken from him. His mother, right? Like, if you're unfamiliar with Doctor Doom in the comics, that's like the vast majority of his motivation. His mother was a witch, and she was taken by Mephistopheles to his realm, basically taken by the devil. If you know anything about Ghost Rider, like the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider, he gets his powers from making a deal with Mephisto that bonds him to the spirit of vengeance, Zarathos. So Mephisto from the Ghost Rider comics, that's the same one that he appeared in Ironheart, from what I'm told. So he has Doctor Doom's mother basically in hell. Um, and so Doctor Doom has pretty much devoted his entire life to mastering science and magic to get her back. That's like what he wants. Um, and so when he was in college with Reed Richards, he was building a machine that was supposed to allow him to do just that. But Reed told him that it wasn't going to work, and then it it malfunctioned and it scarred his face. He decided that that must have been because Reed Richards tampered with it. So that's kind of how their beef began. Look at these eyes. Um, so that's kind of a crash course on why Doom and Reed hate each other. Reed doesn't really hate Doom as much as Doom hates Reed, but yeah, it's because he could not like reconcile the fact that he had made a mistake and somebody else caught it. He can't believe there's somebody out there that can challenge his intelligence.
I knew he was lost, but I did not realize.
I'm just look at this lineup, bro. Like, we got John Walker, Black Panther, M'Baku for some reason, Shang-Chi, and Namor. What, bro? I'm sorry. If I'm Doctor Doom, we got collard greens, with some neck bones. We got mac and cheese. We got yams. We got fried catfish, and we got oxtail.
I knew he was lost, but I did not realize that he was broken.
Oh, that's him. He looks good though. So this is New York. I mean, because that's Central Park. But this can't be New York in the main MCU, right? Or I guess it could. That would be pretty baller, but I don't think that it is for some reason. I'm assuming that this is, but then again, it doesn't look like the Fantastic Four New York either. This could just be some random New York, though, to be honest. It doesn't really matter.
Victor, did you do this?
Oh, that's not what I meant to do. He does not look... He doesn't look too terribly scarred. I want to show you something. Because after the initial scar, he forges the mask that you see him wear because he wants to use it to hide, the imperfections of his face. But he puts it on before it's done cooling, and it burns the rest of his face. So it's like, well, dude, you might have got away with it, but now, let me see, Dr. Doom eyes, because you can usually, I want to say, you can usually see his scars. Yeah, and I mean, like, this is one example, but like, yeah, like you can see the scars already, So that's kind of what I'm used to. Like, yeah, in some of the older comics, not so much. I guess it's inconsistent. It doesn't really matter too much. I just, for this being like the first time that they're giving us like a really truly screen accurate Doctor Doom costume, I would like for him to like be scarred like he usually is,
All of you have lived, stolen lives.
That's what I thought I was gonna say. I think it would be interesting, and this is purely speculation. I think it would be really interesting if Doom's motivation in this movie is he wants to like consolidate the multiverse. Because that's kind of what Secret Wars 2015 ends up being anyway. If he wants to consolidate the multiverse because he's also picking up on the variants and the incursions and everything like that, and so he's like, you know what, I can stop this from happening. But he kind of like he approaches it from like, I can save you all from yourselves or whatever, kind of like how Loki approached it in the first Avengers movie. But he's like, I can save you from this fate, and it's by destroying your world so that you can't cause any damage to the fabric of reality. Especially him.
Give them back.
Ooh. I mean,
Give them back.
hang on. It looks like he used a little bit of magic there. I like that. Okay, Pedro.
I swear you will beg for hell long before I grant it.
Oh yeah.
Hell answers to me.
It's Downey's doing a good job, but now that I recognize that is Downey, does nobody else recognize his voice? Like, you kind of sound like Tony Stark doing an accent. Not just like I mean, when I first heard his accent in the first trailer, I was like, is that Downey? But now that I know that it is him, it kind of like, I feel like I can't unhear him in the voice.
For I, Abby. Hell answers to me. For I am Doom.
Okay, so remember what I said a little while ago about how his mother is trapped in hell? If hell really answered to Victor, he'd have her out by now. Now, he has had the opportunity to save her, but she rejected him because of the method that he used to get to her. And so now he's kind of he's a man without a cause. So he's a little bit more pathetic than he used to be. And I say that as a good thing. I mean, Doom is my favorite. Doom is my favorite comic book villain of all time. Like, number 1, Doom. Number 2, Magneto. Number 3, Lex Luthor. Like, those are my guys. Number 4, probably Dr. Octopus. And then number 5, I gotta go back to DC for Reverse Flash. But like, I mean, Doom is one of those villains that kind of like, I think he is bigger than the heroes that he fights. Like, yes, he's a Fantastic Four villain, but you could probably see him fighting just about any Marvel hero, and it wouldn't really seem too out of place. He's kind of just a Marvel villain at this point. I don't give a damn about your Infinity Vision. Is that it? We got 10 seconds. Something? Alright, I guess that's it. I do like that Doomsday clock that they do at the end of the trailers. This film is not yet rated. It's gonna be PG-13. I'm kind of just like, I don't know. Okay. I sometimes get the feeling that it's for the worse that Avengers has kind of just become synonymous as a word with like the concept of a big Marvel hero, like hero team up. Like, because the Avengers as a team don't really exist as they once did within the MCU. There's like 2 different factions of Avengers right now. And like the comics that these things are based on are named after, like, the Infinity War comic was not called Avengers Infinity War. The Infinity Gauntlet comic was not called Avengers Infinity Gauntlet. Infinity was not called Avengers Infinity. Secret Wars was not called Avengers Secret Wars. I think that, like, sometimes the concept of the Avengers or the word Avengers gets in the way of telling the story faithfully or telling it in a way that, like, makes sense to people. Because now you have to explain what the hell is going on with Steve Rogers. I just saw him turn into Joe Biden. Why is there a guy that looks and kind of sounds like Tony Stark? Like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot getting in the way when the movie could just be called, like, Marvel Doomsday or Marvel Secret Wars. And then maybe there wouldn't be so much pressure. There could have been a Fantastic Four Doomsday and then a Marvel Secret Wars. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to get my point across there, I guess. Without just sounding like I'm being overly negative for no reason. But that's the trailer. What do you guys think about it? Are you excited for Avengers Doomsday? On a scale of 1 to 10, how good do you think this movie's going to be? I honestly have it sitting at around a 6 so far. I would love to be wrong about that, though. And what character are you most excited to see in this movie? I will say this trailer is a little bit more focused than the last one because it doesn't, you know, put too much attention on the random X-Men that were there. Like, oh man, can't wait to see Mystique fight Dr. Doom. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys. I'll see you later.